I'm going to start this video by reading from 2 Corinthians 6:14, and it says this: "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers, for what do righteousness and wickedness have in common, or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" Now, if you're a born-again Christian, that sounds fair enough, doesn't it? It's common sense that if a Christian is going to be with somebody, it matters that they share the same new birth, that they have the same beliefs, and that they can walk with the Lord together. And if you're a single Christian who wants a partner, you've probably prayed along these lines yourself. You've probably brought your loneliness to the Lord, you've sought his face, his will for your life, and you're believing him to answer. And that all sounds okay, doesn't it? No problem, until you meet somebody who isn't saved and you find yourself really attracted to them. Now you might say this won't happen, but it could quite easily, especially if you're feeling lonely, you're feeling vulnerable, and at that point an unsaved person shows an interest in you. Or perhaps you're feeling down about yourself and fed up, and they'll pay you a compliment. Sometimes we can all get caught off guard at weak points, and as Christians we do have an enemy who knows our weaknesses, who waits, and he plays on them, and he can actually be behind this, disguised as an angel of light. He doesn't always come with a full frontal attack. Sometimes he comes in as an angel of light. He'll make you feel good about yourself through bringing someone across your path. And this person may not know they're being used by the enemy. They may be genuinely a nice person, but that doesn't mean there won't be major problems if you give in to your attraction to them. For a start, if you begin a relationship with an unsaved person like this, you won't feel as close to God. How can you? Because you're going against his word. And if he tells you not to be yoked together with an unbeliever, but you do it anyway, then you have got to be detaching yourself from God in some way, or you'd be disturbed about what you were doing. You've got to be shutting off from him. And common sense tells you that, a common reason given is that you can lead this person to the Lord. But how does disobeying him and compromising your own testimony mean? How is that a valid argument? It's not, is it? What it is really is an excuse to do what you want. But if you convince yourself that it's okay to start the relationship and you can lead this person to the Lord, then quite honestly you're fooling yourself. Because if you think about it, by doing that, what you're saying to this person is, you're more important to me than God. And how is that going to make them realise it's urgent for them to be saved? That being the case, why would they? And the message they're getting is that your faith is not that important to you. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't want to see a lost person saved or witness to them, whether it's male or female, whether you like this person or not. It's always right to witness, but your motive does matter. If you're thinking, well, it's okay, they'll get saved in the end, you can't know that. What's equally likely to happen is that they'll lead you away from God. You know what it's like when you meet somebody new. You want to please them, you look forward to seeing them. But if that person's got no interest in the things of God, then what's going to happen to your relationship with the Lord? In your zeal to please this person, are you going to shut God out and start to think about him less and less? And also in your desire to please them, as you lose interest in the things of God, then comes the temptation to sin sexually. And when that happens, before you know it, you're trapped. You're in a situation you never thought you'd fall into, but it happens. Now, I'm not saying that God can't forgive you if you repent and he can't help you, but do you really want to bring all that trouble on yourself? And is it really fair to hurt another person like that? So if you start a relationship with somebody when you're a Christian and they're not, suddenly the goalposts have changed. If they're falling in love with you, you're really going to hurt them when you realise that you can't go against the Lord. So the best thing you can do, if you're feeling that kind of attraction to somebody who's not saved, quite honestly, is just to ask the Lord to take it away. That's not an easy thing to do. It's hard to ask God to take it away because your flesh doesn't want it to go away. Your flesh is enjoying that feeling. But if you can get your eyes on the Lord again and focus on his love for you and get perspective, then that will really help you. Because don't forget, Satan does have a habit of putting obstacles in your way when God's about to answer your prayer for real. And the Lord does allow your faith to be tested, but he does make a way with every temptation of escape so you can stand up under it.